She's a diamond. She's a diamond girl. She's a diamond. Diamond, diamond, diamond.
Hi YouTube, it's Princess Diamond. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. So in this video today, I'm going to show you guys 3 different ways that you can start your twists. So whether you want to call them rope twists, Senegalese twists, passion twists, whatever you call them, 3 ways that you can basically grip them at the root. So if you'd like to see that, just make sure to keep on watching. Don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. I do a lot of hair blends. By the way, this braiding hair that I'm using is one of my hair blends that I did in, I believe, my last video, so make sure to check that out. And I do a lot of braiding tutorials, so I hope you guys are here to stay. All right, so getting into the very first method, I am starting with sectioning out the hair and getting the required or the desired amount of braiding hair that I want, and I'm crisscrossing the braiding hair how I would do if I am starting box braids. So if you haven't seen the ways, I think it's 4 different ways to start box braids. I do have a video on that. I'll link that below. Make sure to check that out. So I'm basically doing one of those methods to start the braid or to start to grip the hair. So the first method is just starting gripping at the root as if you are doing box braids. I also did a recent video on how to do knotless twists. That is a whole different method of doing twists than what I am going to show you guys here in this video. So if you want to see another way of how to start twists, make sure to look for that video. It'll be down in the description below. And in that video, I told you guys about how to make sure that you are using your jam to lay your hairs down when you're doing a twist. So I always keep that shiny jam there with me. So once I get about an inch, maybe half an inch down, I will then take my middle piece of braiding section and I will split that into 2, and then I will join those 2 pieces to the left and to the right. So now I only have 2 strands, and then so one of my strands I am going to start the twist as so, and then I'm going to go to my other strand and twist it in the same direction as well. But then I'm going to overlap the 2 twists. And now when I'm overlapping the 2 twists, I am overlapping them in the opposite direction than what I was twisting them. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to explain it as best as I can, but of course you can see it here in the video. And so I just continue to twist and overlap and twist and overlap all the way through until I get to the very bottom. Again, make sure that you are using your shiner jam to keep the hairs laid, sleek, tucked, whatever you want to call it, to keep them looking nice and neat, and just continue to twist and overlap until you get to the very end. I normally will twist it until I get to the very end, and then I'll use a lighter to just burn the ends a little so that it doesn't unravel. So that's one option you can do to seal it. You can also tie a knot on it. You can braid it, or you can just leave it and dip it in hot water, whichever you feel most comfortable with, just as long as you know that the twists are not going to come undone. And so this is the finishing look of the twist. So that was, again, method number 1. And I'm going to show you guys a close-up of what it looks like. And this is a great method to use when you're just starting out with doing twists. So that was method number 1, and now we're going to get into method number 2. All right, so for method number 2, I'm doing the same thing with just sectioning out the part, but for method number 2, you're going to need a crochet hook, and then you will also need rubber bands. So to start out, I'm wrapping the rubber band around the section of the hair securely. Now, you don't want to wrap it too tightly, but you do want to make sure that it is pretty secure. Alright, so once you have your rubber band on and your desired amount of braiding hair, now you're going to take your crochet hook and you are going to put it through behind the rubber band. All right, so then you're going to hook on your braiding hair, close the latch, and pull it through. And again, it's going to go behind the rubber band. So then you're going to pull your one section of the braiding hair through, and now you want to make sure that both ends are even, and it'll look like that. And then you're going to take the natural hair and you're going to split that into two sections and join it with the left and the right section of the braiding hair. If your rubber band starts to loosen up a little bit, you can just pull it just to tighten it up. All right, so with one section, just like with the first method, you're going to start with twisting the one section in one direction. Once you get that twisted, then you're going to twist the other section in the same direction, and then you're going to overlap the two in going in the opposite direction. Now, I'm just showing you guys that you don't have to do it one way. So with the first method, I showed you guys I was twisting to the right and then overlapping to the left. And then with this way, I'm showing you guys that I was twisting to the left, overlapping to the right. So whichever way you want to do it, I decided to do it this way with this second method because I was able to hide that rubber band right there at the base. So that is one thing you want to pay close attention to when you are deciding on how to twist it, is you want to make sure that you are still hiding the rubber band because you don't want that rubber band to be seen. So again, you're just going to twist and overlap, twist and overlap all the way to the end. And this is what the second method looks like. Some people call this knotless because there is no knot or no braid. So yeah, this is basically, I guess a lot of people would refer to this as rope twists. All right, so now we're going to get into the third method of how to start twist. And I will say that this method, for me personally, was the hardest for me to get, and the last method that I learned. So I'm starting out with getting the desired amount of braiding hair that I need, and then I'm splitting the natural hair into two sections. I lay the braiding hair right flat up against the natural hair, and then I'm using my thumb to hold it there in place while I start to twist one section of hair. Once I get it twisted a few times to where I feel like it's pretty secure, then I'm going to go ahead and flip to the other section. And then I'm going to twist that in the same direction as well. And you want to do that until the hair is gripped securely right there at the root. And then you want to start to overlap the two twists. So same thing with the other two methods. You're going to twist both strands going in the same direction, but then when you overlap, you're going to overlap the two strands in the opposite direction. And again, just make sure you are using your Shine and Jam to keep it laid, and you're going to twist and overlap all the way until you get to the very end. And that is the third method of how to start twist, and this is what it will look like. Notice how second and the third method look very similar. The only thing, the second method just has that rubber band, but it's hidden, you can't see it. So if you're struggling with that third method, definitely go to doing the rubber band method until you can get the hang of being able to start it without the rubber band. Let me know in the comments below which method you're currently using and which method you're working towards on being able to perfect. And is there a method that you're using that's not included? Let me know. I hope you guys be blessed. Stay safe, stay filled with love and peace, and I'll talk to y'all later.